There he is.
Found one down there on that spoon. Looks like a pretty good fish there.
Yep. Not a super monster, but I'm glad to have it.
There's a Texoma striper. We fishing Lake Texoma today on the Oklahoma-Texas border with my buddy Chris Carey. This is right on the Oklahoma-Texas border, a huge lake. And we're striper fishing, white bass fishing, smallmouth fishing. Caught that fish back here on a spoon. I've got a scrounger jig on, a half-ounce scrounger jig.
We're working hard for him today.
We're working hard for him. We're fishing about 40 feet of water. Actually fishing 59 feet of water right now. Last time I looked, it was 40. I looked again, it's 59. Takes a while to get that half-ounce jig down there, but I got her down there. We right under the boat?
Yep.
I throwed mine out there pretty far to let her go all the way down. Was that clear down the bottom?
No, it was on the free fall.
Yeah. A little bit better striper. You told me one time, Chris, a few years ago that there was, they thought there was 3 million stripers in Texoma.
That's what they tell us.
Who counted them? We talked about that before.
Yeah. They do those gill net surveys and stuff.
I'm not sure if we got anybody in Oklahoma or Texas that can count to
high.
3 million.
There he is. Hooked up.
He was up pretty high also.
Yeah, now you got
Well,
20,
use a little
baby.
drag on him. Also got off of that 8-pound test line. Put some fishing string on here now. That was 8-pound fluorocarbon coated I had on there for throwing jerk baits. Golly, look at that guy. Will you look at that guy?
Baby.
Will you look at that guy pull? Come up here, baby boy. That's what I'm talking about. That's why the people come to Texoma to catch stripers. One of the best striper places in the whole nation. Millions of them here. They counted 3 million and lost count. I had to start all over again.
They run out of fingers.
Get that fish.
Nice fish, Jimmy.
Get that fish. Look at that fish. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come here, baby. He's up pretty high. I mean, up pretty high. Thank you very much. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect.
There he is. He's not big, but he's a fish. Oh, you didn't like me saying that.
Saw one break out there. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all.
So far, they're all cookie cutter 3-pounders. I'll take it.
Same school. Well, he's a fat one though, isn't he?
The fish or me? Excellent.
Thank you. I was speaking about the fish. Got a hit down there.
I think you got him. He's just coming at you.
Got him that time. Little one. Little guy, little white bass. One thing about it, if you can get a hit or you leave it down there, they'll finally eventually get it, won't they?
They're persistent.
That and got my little swim bait on my scrounger head. Now, we was catching white bass this morning that were like 4 times that big. Probably ought to keep those and eat them. This little bait right here is a Lucky Strike scrounger, and this deal right here causes it to just get wiggle and wobble and vibrate way more than just a standard jig with a swim bait on it. It's just an amazing little bait for fishing ledges and fishing out places like we're fishing right here.
Come on, striper. Let's go, striper. Let's go. Spent a lot
Break
of my
out your little short skirt back there. Let's get a little cheer going.
I tell you, I've been spending a lot of my time out here on this lake, Jimmy.
That's smoking. There you go. How deep was that one?
Free fall. I can't tell you. Halfway down, it's small fish, but it bit. Well, maybe not.
Well, maybe not.
He's decent.
The ones I've had hit have actually been pretty shallow. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That works every time. I'll take that every time.
Little one. A little one.
Doubles.
You got one too?
Yes, sir.
Might be white bass down there. There's a lot of fish there.
We're glad.
I mean, a lot of fish. Big old white bass.
Mine was a white bass.
Big old white.
That is a good one.
Nice white. Come here, baby. He was up about 10 foot off the bottom, probably. That's good sized white bass. Texoma was famous for white bass. They used to have a white bass festival down here. This was years before they ever had stripers, and they would catch literally hundreds of thousands of white bass out of this lake. White bass capital of the world. I remember when we used to live up at Moore, Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City, we'd come down here and catch white bass just by the literal hundreds. And they were gone for a while, but they're back now. There's a lot of white bass because there's so much shad. There's enough food for both the white bass and the stripers in there.
And the high waters that we've had over the last few years have allowed all the creeks and river systems to flow to create ideal conditions for massive spawns on both white bass and striped bass.
What we're doing is we're finding these fish on the locator out here on some points out in the middle of the lake. And these points are points that Chris knows where they're located. Once we find them, we move over them until we see lots and lots of fish on our locator. Now, we can't tell the difference whether that's white bass or stripers, and more than likely it's both down there. And then what we do on them then is we just drop all the way down to the bottom. We're dropping all the way to the bottom. And right now we're in 33 foot of water. Drop all the way to the bottom, and then we just pull those baits up and let them fall. Pull them up, let them fall.
A good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that's a striper there. He's pulling like crazy, isn't he?
Yes, sir. I like it.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
I'm doing my best. I keep tightening the drag up.
That sucker's pulling now. I'm talking about pulling.
They're so strong.
Ooh, I had a bite on my swim bait.
Oh yeah, good fish.
Oh yeah, look at that striper. I knew that was a little bit bigger than any of the rest of them we've been catching. That's a dandy there. That is a dandy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. He's about like some of those this morning, though.
He is.
Yep.
It's just been a while.
Yep. Yeah, that's a dandy. There he is. White bass. No, striper.
Little striper.
Little striper. Come here, baby doll. All right, you hold still. You hold still. I'm going to help you out here in just a minute. You just let me get a hold of you. Perfect. Now that's right, probably perfect eating fish. That's about a 14-incher right there.
That's the classic guideline.
Yeah.
That's the perfect eating size.
Perfect eating size.
There he is.
Right there. That's another striper,
That's
too.
another monster.
All I got to do is put that swim bait down there to make them bite. That's the deal.
I have not turned it yet. It's a good one.
He's just pulling, isn't he?
Just constant.
I'm talking just pulling. How close was he to the bottom?
I never made it.
Didn't make it to the bottom?
I got a hit on the fall, and I stopped, popped it 2 or 3 times, and I clicked the button, and within 6 feet. I mean, it was pretty close. I feel head shakes. Of course, you never know. Big old catfish shake his head too, especially a flathead. I think it's a big striper. Medium power.
Come on, baby, I want to see you.
15-pound test. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. I started to bring it dip in. It'd be kind of nice right now, wouldn't it? Could be kind of nice. Wow, that's so pretty. Wow. Look at how fat that guy is, will you?
Yes, sir.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Man. Hold him out right there, right there, right there.
That's what we're out here after. Double-digit striped bass, Lake Texoma, with
Good.
Jimmy Houston. Let's do it again. That's the top of the thing, and
There's one.
yes.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
That feels a little bit better. Not a 15-pounder, but not a white bass. Well, maybe it is a big white bass.
It is a big white bass.
Big white bass. A big white bass. Come here, baby dog. Come here, you big rascal. That's a big white bass right there.
That is a great one.
There's so many fish down there, it's amazing. You know, I've been trying to watch and see what Chris is doing over there because he's catching about 3 or 4 to my 1. But mine's getting some sugar when they get caught. Upside down sugar. And really and truly, what he's doing is just moving that bait really, really fast.
Fish on.
Really, really fast. He's not doing it really. There, you got one right there. You sort of just trolling that one. I saw that. You were trolling. You were just holding it down there.
Okay, try it.
Striper.
Yep. Calm down. Boy, why can't they all get hooked like that?
Well,
Why can't they all just be hooked so wonderfully?
perfectly. One hook in a good spot. There he is.
Yes.
White bass. No, striper.
Little striper.
Little striper. Come here, baby dog. All right, you hold still. You hold still. I'm going to help you out here in just a minute. You just let me get a hold of you. Perfect. Now that's right, probably perfect eating fish. That's about a 14-incher right
That's
there.
the classic guideline.
Yeah.
That's the perfect eating size.
Perfect eating size right there.
Got one.
We're in a pretty thick little bunch of them right now. Striper too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, good fish, good fish.
Hi, friend.
Well, there's a bunch of them right here. I figured one of us had to get tapped here pretty quick. You get it on a crank or the drop?
On the way up. About halfway up.
Golly. I got my rod. That one about got, just as I stopped it, but he hit it, and he about got my rod. Whoa, that's a big white bass there.
I got a feeling this white bass gonna
He
have some
about got my
stripes.
pole, I guarantee you.
I got a feeling this one's got some stripes, Jimmy.
I'll be like Tommy Monsoor said when he won that FLW tournament the other day. He said, "This is so cool." He said, "I can die now." He said, "I've been second and third and fourth, made the top 10 40 times." He said, "I can die now." I said, "Dang, Tommy, you need to spend the 100 grand. Look at there. Look at that.
Yes,
Woo!
Jimmy, yes.
Ain't that pretty? That is nice. Very, very nice. Come here, baby. Come here, baby doll. Come here, baby doll. I don't want my hook in that. I don't want that hook in my hand.
You better lip it. You better lip it.
You think I have?
Uh-huh.
Think it's gonna come undone?
Uh-huh.
That's easier said than done.
Yes, sir.
He don't want my thumb in his mouth. Mine bigger than yours?
Yes, it is.
That guy's hooked. Look at there how he cut my hand open with that fin. Look at that big old rip right there. See that? All that blood? That's my blood. Look at that. I don't mind that a bit.
Oh, yeah.
My arm's tired. That fish is not bleeding. All of that blood is Jimmy's blood. When I reached down there to get a hold of that fish, the fin come up and his fin cut me right there. You see how deep that is? It's only about an inch long, but that is a deep, deep cut right in that palm, right there. And I take some good lotion and put on that. Super glue makes lotion that I use. I don't super glue the cut. They make a hand lotion. Super glue actually, and it's good.
I thought you were talking about super gluing the cut.
I might have to do that too.
Yeah,
I've done
man,
that a
do it.
lot. One of the keys to catching stripers in deep water, and we caught fish today in 30, 40, 50, 60 foot of water, or any fish for that matter, a crappie or white bass or largemouth bass in deeper water. One of the big keys without a doubt is electronics, and good electronics. And on my bass boats, on my tournament boats, I've got the finest electronics made. I've got the top of the line Ray Marine, the best Ray Marine that's made for bass boats, big 12-inch units that are virtually nothing short of a miracle on the water in what they will do, what they will show you, what they're capable of. But also on this particular bass boat, I've got a Dragonfly. Now, I mention a Dragonfly because that Dragonfly will do just about everything that the big units will do, and this particular Dragonfly is way under $1,000. It's got 2D, it's got gold GPS, it's got great sonar, it does just about everything. And I mention that because I've got other boats that I use for fishing. I've got Tracker 175 and a Tracker 195. I got Dragonflies on those units. I've got a Jackson kayak. I've got a Dragonfly on those units, on that kayak. So if you've got any kind of boat, even a ski boat, or an aluminum boat, a flat bottom duck boat, a pontoon boat, anything, you can actually take one of those Dragonfly locators and put it on there for really under a couple $100 and have 2D, two-dimensional views of the bottom and the rocks, the fish, the shad, everything that's down there. So you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to be able to do what we can do electronically nowadays. So no matter what kind of boat you've got, check out that Dragonfly. All of their units are under $1,000. They start way below $200, and you can put them on any kind of boat you have, and you will be amazed at how well you'll be able to determine what's under the water.